President Trump, meanwhile, spoke with the new Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney, last week. I want to get your take on this. Kevin, he posted about the meeting. He said it was an extremely productive call. We agree on many things, and we'll be meeting immediately after Canada's upcoming election to work on elements of politics, business, and all other factors that will end up being great for both the United States of America and for Canada. The call, of course, came after Carney bashed Trump and his tariffs earlier in the day. Watch this.
We will fight the U.S. tariffs with retaliatory trade actions of our own that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impacts here in Canada. The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperation, is over.
What do you think, Kevin? It certainly feels like Canada and the U.S.'s relationship has changed in a big way. We did a story earlier in the show about how Canadians are selling real estate in Florida right now.
The anti-U.S. rhetoric is being stirred up by Carney because his party
that's right.
devastated the country over the last 10 years. And the only way he can stay in power is to convince people he's the solution against Trump. So the rhetoric has never been hotter. And, of course, he's 5 weeks away from an election, so he'll stir the pot any way he can. But let's not forget where Carney came from. He is a global elitist. He's a supporter of carbon taxes. He said he'll remove them from consumers, but he's going to double down on business in Canada, and that decimated. You got to remember, Canada actually only grew under the Liberal Party 1.4% in 10 years. The economy's been wiped out. One of the reasons Canadians can't go to Florida is his party wiped out the value of the dollar, down 41%. Canadians can't afford to go to Disneyland anymore. So Carney's doing it the very best he can to say, look, I will save you against Trump. And he throws the rhetoric out every day against him, a man named Pierre Poilievre, who's also trying to be elected as a conservative. They're both in a crazy rhetoric, an anti-American rhetoric, that will go away the minute this election's over.
Yep.
He will get on a plane, whoever wins, fly to Washington and start working on what I call NAFTA 3, which is the right thing to do. I might add that Senator Kennedy in Louisiana gave an eloquent presentation about why tariffs between Canada and the United States should be zero. I listened to it. It made a whole lot of sense to me, and I think it'll make a lot of sense to the Canadian people as well as soon as this election is over. Will Carney win? Who knows? But he's backtracked like crazy on all the Liberal parties. Whether people trust him or not will be the determination, because he certainly was he advised Trudeau for the last 5 years. And so the idiot king is gone, but is Carney any better? Nobody knows yet.
Well, let me get your take before we go, Kevin, on these tariffs. The president's reciprocal tariffs will kick in on Wednesday at midnight. What are you expecting? Obviously, markets are, hyper nervous about this, and we're seeing some companies unable to give us a real guidance for the 2025 calendar year because they don't know what it's going to cost them. How do you think this lands?
I take the positive view, Maria. I believe this is the beginning of a negotiation. 17 states in America, their largest trading partner is Canada. 75% of Canadian output is purchased by Americans. It would be stupid for these two countries to go to war together, not when they've been married for over 100 years. This is a tiff. It's a marriage, and they're having a little tiff. That's what I say.